On a cold winter night in late 2017, I had a one-on-one show with a regular, who is still one of my favorite guys. He's an Aries, so he's kind of rude, but I love it. Aries are my favorite sign. But this time, he was not just being rude. We would often kind of like play fights, which I think is fun, just shit talking, banter, play. But he just kept going on about my outfit and how he disliked it, and it pissed me the fuck off because shut the fuck up, dude. Like, what the fuck? And I told him, I am not going to do anything until you apologize to me. So, this is when he took me on one show instead. And I literally just sat there with my arms folded over each other, like, nah, you're gonna have to apologize first. And he wouldn't do it. He couldn't believe it also because he's literally paying me per minute, and it's kind of a lot. And I'm sitting here like the strict teacher, arms folded, not doing shit until he apologizes to me. And it had to be a good one, not a sorry. No, 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 no. I am sorry for being rude, and I'm sorry for doing this, this, and this, and I will not do it again. Like a good apology. After a good 10 minutes, he finally gave in. We've been really good homies ever since. I even sent him a care package once with goodies and snacks from Amsterdam, and my man added some records that he thought he would like. And it might be weird, but it is what it is. Like, he's my homie, yeah? And I've had so many clients, as mentioned in episode 12, that give me life updates. It's kind of like we all grew up together, you know? I have so many clients that I've had since I first started on my current campsite almost 12 years ago. Sometimes you don't see people for a while or ever again. But the ones I remember very fondly. The ones I never see again, I just always imagine that they have found a partner that they are fully content and happy with, so there is no need for what I have to offer them. And that is perfect, I think. Of course, it's not good to get attached to clients in any way, but what can I do? I'm just a human. I like my people, and if I like them, I get attached. But it is attachment in kind of a detached way. There might be like three people that I would actually invite to hang out with me, but like also my husband will be there. The ones I am most attached to and I like the most have also been the ones to never ask for things for free. Who actually even maybe get angry at me if I offer to give them more videos than they've actually purchased because they tipped so much. The ones who have never tried to push my boundaries. The ones who have never had any delusions about what a relationship is, which in my mind is a friendship with benefits that you pay for. The way I see it, the friendship can come automatically. The friendship is free, but you don't get that without spending first, because not spending means that you're not respecting me. This is my livelihood. You're coming in my camp space. This is how I pay my rent and my bills. And the best clients are always actually the ones who do not even dare to step in when they don't have at least a few bucks to tip. And I'm not saying they have to spend hundreds every time, but even just like a fiver goes a long way. It's a little token of appreciation. And even that is not something that I expect from my guys because listen, it's a vibe thing, okay? It's a vibe. And I know that this for many people sounds very transactional because it is, but it is also not. It's the OG cam girl vibe. I think it was in 2022, maybe 2023, that I noticed that the vibe had shifted. The clients were different, they speak differently, and of course, that is partly because I am different than I was in 2014, and my client base evolves as I evolve, but it felt different somehow in a way that I could not articulate. And then I saw a tweet by Miss Catherine Noir where she mentioned her pivot journey. She specifically mentioned the vibe shift since the OnlyFans boom 2 years prior. She noted how the guys are different, in a not fun way. How it used to be chilling with your favorite guys and loads of traffic to emptier rooms and more rude clients. And everything has become more mechanical. They are more transactional in the way that they communicate with us. And to me, it feels a lot less human. And when I read her tweets, I was like, oh my God, because I thought it had just been me, maybe. Like maybe I just had less patience for these guys, which I do also. But the way guys interact with us has truly changed. I have called my guys my horny homies for years because that's what it always was. I was like the homie they couldn't fuck, but they wanted to. And while I am grateful I still have new horny homies finding me daily, it has definitely changed. And over the years, I have tried many things to bring the OG cam girl vibe back. But it really is kind of just chasing the dragon. In the 2010s, it was the golden age of cam. It will never be the same. And it shouldn't also. Change is good. I have tried different campsites where I thought maybe the vibe could be replicated. It couldn't. And the rise of Twitch and regular quote unquote streamers and OnlyFans has definitely saturated the market. But I kind of feel like the market was always saturated. That's not the problem per se. A lot of people are very good at adapting too, and I can be also, but not when I just really don't want to. I have also tried to pivot to making more clips, but I just don't enjoy them as much. I never have. And even though back in 2016 I knew I had to focus on social media and content more, I just didn't get that same joy from it. I am not a social media type of person, but I do like to chill. I'm good at chilling and talking and other things that also help in my line of work. I do also enjoy doing videos, but that's after much trial and error and finding out how I enjoy creating them. And I still don't like them the same way. If content was my introduction to this work, I would have quit very quickly. To me, nothing beats a live cam show. I like the life experience. I like talking directly to people from all over the world. I like the human connection. I like the immediate feedback. I like exploring in real time and figuring out together what makes someone tick like nothing else. I like the pillow talk that comes with it. I enjoy the humanness it offers me, while still also just being alone in my room, which is my favorite spot. A year or so ago, my friend Lydia Love tweeted something along the lines of, there is nothing that beats camming. There is nothing like not having to post, taking 0 pictures. You just go online and you make money. And I saw that and I thought, yes, that is what I mean. That is the OG cam girl vibe. No posting, just literal vibes only. Because I've been saying that for years. And it made me realize I am not alone in this feeling. Sometimes I stay up in my tower for too long. And I might think I am the only one who feels a specific way. So I'm always very happy when others validate my thoughts by expressing the same ones. I've had people refer to me as OnlyFans girl, and it offends me because I am not an OnlyFans girl. And it's not because there's anything wrong with being an OnlyFans girl, but it's just not me. I am a cam girl. Cam girl. Before there was OnlyFans, there were cam girls. Before streamers, there were cam girls, which I am actually working on a deep dive video about the OG cam girl, Jenny, that I am kind of excited about. But to me, there's just nothing like it. Of course, there has always been variations, and everybody has a different hustle, but there was a sort of overarching vibe that I think most of the cam girls from that time would agree with. And while I still think that yes, OnlyFans and Twitch has had an impact on this industry, I also think it is society as a whole. People treat people differently, less human. The way I see people speak to each other and about each other often shocks me because it lacks so much humanness. There are so many articles that say adolescents hang out less, have sex less, and I think the internet has definitely been a big factor. As I mentioned in episode 12, the internet can give us some form of intimacy, but it's almost like a play pretend. And I think if you play pretend right, it can actually help in real life. Slight derail from my thoughts because I was just sitting here writing my thoughts, writing this little scripty out for today, and I got a type of guy that I don't miss, but that I sort of missed the presence of, if that makes sense, because this kind of guy is actually an exact example of why I think a lot of these online groups are bad for everybody, but men also. There are too many groups of young men who have no charisma, don't stand up and be a man, don't know how to talk normally to a girl, and just circle jerk each other. With cam girls, generally, even if you spend a fuck ton of money, if you are rude, being a dick, or just really fucking annoying, you're getting blocked. You had to act right, because in my room, if you're gonna speak to me, you're gonna speak to me as a person, and I will treat you as any other person that I interact with, on cam and off, which means that if I think that you are full of shit, I will tell you. It is partly kind of shit testing people again, because based on how they respond to my play fighting, that says a lot to me about how they are. And not if they're good or bad, but more if they are my kind of people. We are all different and we have our own groups. That's not a bad thing. There will be at least one episode coming up talking about my Tinder therapy adventures, but for now I will just say that people often ask me how I got to have so many fun adventures with people in my Tinder time. And one thing I always have thought was that I can just read people over text really well. The words they choose to use, the way they type, how fast they type, reading people properly through text is definitely something Cam has taught me. Because being able to read people is one thing, but reading them when you can literally only read them, no facial expressions, no body language, it's a whole different skill. And I have mastered it. Sometimes people still surprise me, and I love that. So anyway, this specific guy just popped in, and I knew immediately what his vibe would be. He comes in talking a lot from the get-go, love that, but I had an idea of how this would go. And he was kind of fishing for me to ask him things. No tips, not even $1, cool, whatever. I was just sitting here writing my little thoughts for today. So I'm half engaging, half typing, and he quickly turned it into a pity party for himself. He has issues because he has ADHD and promises are difficult. So I asked him if there's any accountability present in his life, and he mentioned that he's autistic. So he said some more, and I just told him, I think you're full of shit and you're not being genuine right now. And I kind of loved it actually, because as I am typing about the Camp Vibe shift, a blast from the past shows up. I think this is the type of guy that is now mostly found in like simp rooms on Twitch or like Red Bull like rooms. He wanted a pity party, but he wasn't willing to pay for the party. So from a cam girl, you're not getting it. Although to be honest, when they pay me, I also rarely give them a pity party. I have empathy for actual issues, absolutely. A pity party for things everybody struggles with, absolutely not. I can't do it. I'm not the one. But I realized that this type of guy, there are still freeloaders. There will always be, unfortunately. But this specific type of guy I haven't seen in a few months. This guy too belongs to the OG cam girl vibe. And now if you have never been a cam girl and or dealt with guys like this before, you might think, geez, girl, have some empathy for the ADHD autistic dude, which I would just refer you to episode 12 for. But I often actually give people more than I should because it seems like they might need it. But guys like this are not genuine. They're manipulative. They try to take advantage of your kindness. They're doing the pity party to get attention. They feel somehow entitled to my attention and time without contributing even just a fun atmosphere. They feel sorry for themselves and want you to feel sorry for them too. And they bring the whole room down with their energy. And then they're trying to manipulate you. I'm just not the one for that. I'm just not the one. But now I'm just sitting here, actually just wondering, like, would I want to deal with guys like this every day again? If it meant I could have the 2010 to 2019 camp vibe back again? And I actually think that yes, I would. Because you got to have the bad to have the good. Without the contrast, you can't know how good it actually is. And maybe, because it's kind of serendipitous that he popped in while I was writing my thoughts out about this thing that I'm just having my floating in my head often. And he popped up very old school OG cam girl vibe, like I said. Like maybe we're shifting back, which I am actually pretty hopeful for. I am so ready for more real human interactions again. You're so full of shit.